Hi and welcome. I'm Jim Kasparian of Four Horsemen Eat. We try to be your guide to fine food and wine. With us today is Josh Morton. He's going to try to guide us through the basic version of drinking wine, approaching wine, that isn't too intimidating. Josh works for Martin Yeti, and what do we have here today, Josh?
What do we have? We have a very wide sampling of wines from several different parts in the world that represent different styles, different price points, and are appealing probably to people with different tastes, and probably good examples to what you might want to look for when you're walking into a wine shop.
When someone walks into a wine shop, what is on his mind? He's trying to pick out a wine. Is he looking for price point? Is he looking for, he doesn't know, red, white, what have you?
Well, my experience, people are either one of two types. They're either they know what they're looking for, and they're a wine aficionado, and sometimes they're nice, sometimes they're know-it-alls. And more often than not, you've got people who are either having a party or their boyfriend or girlfriend asked them to go pick up a bottle of wine,
right.
And they said, what kind do you want? And I say, I don't know, white or red.
Sure.
So very often people are walking into wine stores with no idea of what to look for, and kind of walk in and look at an array of bottles and don't know where to start.
And what's the first wine you have for us?
I selected Babbage Sauvignon Blanc.
Okay.
Babbage is a winery from New Zealand. New Zealand Sauvignon Blancs particularly have become very popular in recent years, mostly because you can get great bang for your buck. It's a great example of what to look for when you come into your wine shop and you realize that you don't have to spend $20 on a bottle of wine. So it's also, a lot of people love them, a very particular style. So as we taste, I can actually show you how to taste.
How much wine did you drink this year so far?
Drink or spit?
Spit.
I've probably spat maybe 300 wines, 400 wines.
Perfect. And that's and tell them why you spit it out.
Spitting is it's something that a lot of people think is a weird thing to do, but if you go to even as your local store's tasting and you want to taste a few wines, if you actually swallow each sip, right, you're going to get buzzed pretty quickly. Which
20 sips.
Yeah,
20 sips turns into.
Yeah, it turns into 24. And
find the cut.
Yeah, exactly. And
right.
If you're driving home, you want to be responsible, so you can actually taste and experience a lot of wine without spitting. But right. Of course, a lot of people, at the end of the day, it's more about what do you actually want to sit down and drink.
Okay.
So start by take your glass and take a peek. Look at the color of the wine using your sight. Sauvignon Blanc is a very clear style, which gives you a good indication of what's going to be in the glass.
Sure.
If you can, give the glass a little swirl, get the air going in there.
I give it a bionic swirl by leaving it right on the table.
There you go. That's
no mystery.
Right.
I don't want any incident.
Yep,
I don't want this thing to spill on anybody and start something.
That's a safe way to do it, unless you got a tablecloth in there.
Yeah, and then there's an incident happening.
So what we're doing now is we're aerating the wine. Yep. We're making it. Releasing the aromas so that we're ready to smell it. So once you get a good swirl going,
you can smell it now.
Yeah, you can smell
up.
it, and stick your schnoz in there and take a deep whiff.
Sure.
And
what are we looking for?
What are you looking for? You're just you're not looking for anything specific. Just looking for your overall impressions. What does it smell like? Does it remind you of anything? To me, it has a very grassy, pungent, a little bit of an almost asparagus-y quality to it, and that's not a bad. In wine, whatever you smell is right.
Yep.
A lot of people say New Zealand Sauvignon Blancs smell like gooseberry, so I think that's actually what we're smelling.
Now, what do you think would compare well with this?
Well, why don't we taste it, and then I'll give you a.
Okay.
You'll see what I'm talking about.
Are we gulping it?
No.
What are we feeling for? The weight, I've heard.
Yep. So that's moving into your sense of feel.
Mm-hmm.
So we're looking for mouth feel. How does it feel? Is it tart? Is it tight? Or is it full bodied and heavy like milk?
Yep.
And what does it feel? And then what does it taste like? So as you do taste, if you can, you slurp a little air into your mouth, kind of aerate the wine.
Yummy.
Mm-hmm. So as you can see,
light.
It's very light.
Yep.
It's very clean, is how I would describe it. It's like it cleans your mouth, which makes it good with food that's similar. That's light. Mm-hmm. Sauvignon Blanc is very traditional with oysters, shellfish, lighter fare, chicken, fish. You can have it with whatever you want, really. That's the most important rule. But typically, the lighter the wine, the rule of thumb is the lighter the fare.
Sure. And what about cheeses? something?
Yeah, you could do it with cheeses. Do it typically the cleaner and crisper the white, the softer the cheese.
Okay.
So a very traditional pairing is French Sauvignon Blanc with goat cheese, which is very creamy and fatty.